What's up, YouTube? So, I got Facebook, if this thing goes, on the Nintendo Switch. Let's talk about that. So it was really interesting, as the Nintendo Switch doesn't really have a web browser fully baked into it. It actually has a part of a web browser baked into it. And I believe this is similar to iOS's web browser, which has been exploited. But I found something really interesting, is that when I did the link, and I'll show you guys where it is here. When I went under the... So I used my Nintendo Switch here. Hopefully it focuses on the Switch. Hard to do this on camera while I'm doing this, so let's see here. When I go into the system settings here, and I'll just hit the... Actually, probably better if I use the controller. So I'll hit system settings, right? And if I go under my account, so if I go up here, and I hit that, oops. If I can do this right here. Oh, that button. That's the one. Alright, so if I go under, simply put, if I go under users, select myself, and I go under, let's see, it is under social media and posting to social media, and you go under Facebook. Oops. It's hard to use this backhanded. Sorry about this. Alright, so we'll go into link. And then it'll ask me for my password. And at that point, I have full access to Facebook, which is really interesting. It's an interesting concept because I can actually, as you can see, I'm going to actually go to my SysNerd page here. And yeah, it actually loads, and if I use the button here, as you can see, I can zoom in and zoom out. So obviously this, eventually, I think I can see Nintendo actually putting a web browser in here. And by the way, pinch to zoom, which hopefully I can show off here, works, which is kind of interesting. The back buttons work. One thing I tried to do that Nintendo simply didn't let me do was I tried to go ahead and pick another website to see if it would go to there. Let's see about, like, Flash. So we'll probably not be able to get our Flash game, but I'm just curious to see if this loads. Yeah. So, as you can see, this device doesn't really support Flash. But it would be really cool to see sometime if there's a way to go to an external website. But it is really interesting to actually use this as a web browser. And as you can see, what it does is it blocks out the other websites. But it will zoom in and it will zoom out, as it says. I'm not really sure if this is something it's meant to do, but it's really interesting that it does do this. So, and again, I think this was only intended to type in my password, and that's about it. But it is kind of cool to see what it can do. And again, what I can do is I can zoom and I can pinch and I can go to pretty much anywhere I want to go to. And it will go there. So it's kind of cool. The touchscreen works. The controls for here actually work as well. If I go, I can actually use this to move around with the controls. But I'm better off using the touchscreen because that's what's working right now. But yeah, it's kind of cool. So anyways, that's pretty much it, guys. I know that this was a basic video, but I'm not even sure if this works with Twitter, but it is kind of interesting to see that this actually works with social media. Now, if I missed the ball on this, I haven't been really using the Switch much except for to play the games. So if you already knew about this, put a comment in the description telling me that you already discovered this already works. But I thought it was really neat to share about the Nintendo Switch. So you can go on Facebook with the Nintendo Switch, other than just to share snapshots, which I assume is what it really was meant for. Alright, thank you guys very much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you disliked it, give it a thumbs down. And I will be making more videos shortly.